All right. So, of course, for a long time I didn't have an answer to this question. The question is, why do I still take photos? The original reason is gone, and I recognize that now. I gave space for it. I didn't need to remember memories in that way anymore. Although, in a way, it is still helpful when I go back and look at things. It is still very helpful, and I think my future self will appreciate um, still taking the photos. Um, but why do I still take photos? I don't actually have a physical camera, a separate camera anymore. I'm using my phone to record these, but like the other day, I was just taking photos of flowers that my partner got me, just because they were pretty and I wanted to take pictures of them. Um, so just this question of like, why do I still pull out a camera? What am I documenting for? And maybe I'll answer that more in depth in a different video. Um, but in some ways, I've been asking myself this question for years, and now that I'm kind of doing this challenge, I'm finally, trying to answer it out loud. Um, because yeah, just for a really long time, I didn't have an answer, but I just still kept doing it, right? And sometimes I did feel guilty. I mean, God, there are tons of photos in the Google Photos that have never seen the other light of day on the internet. Um, and there was a time that I did stop posting. So the guilt did have a consequence. Um, but I also think about all the other ways that I've been documenting since. It's not just photos. I've done voice memos, notes and notes apps, notes on papers, um, brain dumps and journals, saving articles. Let's not even talk about Pinterest boards and all kind of other, modern ways of saving things. But I did the 1 second a day videos. I had that app on my phone. I've done art journaling, scrapbooking, just, yeah, keeping the random lists, right? Um, and so I think what I've come to realize is that this isn't a leftover coping mechanism for me. This is who I am. When I was a kid, I wanted to be an archaeologist. When I got to college, I studied anthropology and linguistics. And it has taken me years to realize that I have been doing this work my whole life. Archaeologists, they document what was here. Anthropologists witness how people live and how cultures work and how meaning is made. And linguists study the patterns in how we communicate. I've been doing this since I was a kid. With a camera in Germany, I've been witnessing, I've been recording, I've been paying attention to the patterns. Y'all, the mosquitoes are wild out here. So, yeah. I found a new word, and I do love my words. I do love my labels. Not married to them, but I do like them. And my newest word that I found is documentarian. And here's what I think it means for me. It's not about the format. It's not about whether you use a camera or a journal or the voice memos. It's about that instinct to pay attention, to give space to witnessing, to say that this moment matters and I'm going to hold on to it. And I'm guilty of this, so there's no judgment or anything, but I think there are definitely people who, move through the world and let the moments pass. And to an extent, that's fine, but there's always, I'm guilty of it, but also not, because I've still been documenting, whether it's on the internet or not. I've still, in some ways, been documenting my life. And yeah, I couldn't stop doing that just because it didn't have a space somewhere. I had to keep going. And I think for a long time, I thought there was something wrong with that instinct, like there was a flaw. And, maybe I was just living the past. I was too sentimental, I was too nostalgic. And they all say that, like, once you get to, like, certain periods of your life or certain ages, I guess, milestones, um, we all kind of start returning back to, like, the things from when we were a kid. We start returning back to the nostalgia. Um, but I don't think it's just that. I think the instinct for me to document is the instinct to be present. Like, I truly do believe in, like, you still have to live in the moment to capture it. Um, you can't just um, be doing the capturing for capturing's sake, right? Um, and so I think that in being a documentarian, it's not about living in the past. It is about fully being here, fully witnessing and noticing and deciding to hold on. So now I think my question to myself and to you guys is, what's something that you do that you can't explain, but you just know it matters. Like, there's something more to it, even though it doesn't have a name for it yet. And if you have tried to put a name to it, share it in the comments. My new word is documentarian.